Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Why do dogs kill chickens? It's a good question. Well, obviously the way this video is going, you know that something happened. Well, Tucker decided to take an interest in the chickens, and over the past couple of days, we weren't sure, but I think he's killed about 10 of the chickens. And this is something that is obviously troubling because for the last 2 years he's been in the yard with chickens and has not done anything like that with them. So there has been some sort of change. That's something we're looking at, trying to figure out. And for those of you who are saying, well, I'll just take him out and shoot him, don't watch my channel anymore. No, we don't do that, because if you can't, you have to figure out what's going on and do the right things. You have to be a good steward of your property and your assets. So we don't do that. And like I said, if you did want to do that, don't watch my channel anymore. Dogs are obviously pack animals and predators, and they are keyed to attack off of movement or action. And so it appears that while the chickens are outside doing their regular thing and playing, and just kind of tooking around, that there's not a problem. But when they start to get really vocal or run a lot, that's when he goes into his attack mode. And that's natural. That's what dogs do, being part of the pack. And it could be related to the fact that I have, taken on my job where I am working 14 hours a day for 4 days. And, it's just really, really intensive work that I'm doing. And I'm not able to run off the aggression that I had been doing with him. But I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just saying that, this is the stuff that you process and the stuff you think about. I've trained dogs unofficially, officially, years ago when I worked at vet clinics. And so I kind of understand their thinking. And there's, he may think that there has been a change in the hierarchy, and he's having to take care of stuff more because the biggest dog, the alpha dog's not there. And that's entirely reasonable. Like I said, I'm not making excuses. But obviously we cannot afford this kind of loss, because we're doing this for long term and future planning, and also as a money-making venture for my wife with breeding ducks and then hatching eggs. So it's something that we have to consider. So what we have done is we've segregated him to a back part of the property where he still gets a lot of exposure to us, because that's one of the things that the dogs crave is, being a pack animal. If you put a dog off by himself, it's pretty much suicide for the dog. So you're having to, weigh all of these things. And at first I wasn't quite sure, and I thought, well, no. But then I saw him out there, and the kick in the butt, he's really not eating them. He's just killing them and then bringing them to us. So that's what makes me think of the pack thing. Something has changed, and more than likely it's because I'm not out there as much, except 3 days a week instead of 7 days a week, way it is. So we've moved him. The chicks are fine. We did order a few replacements, so I think we're down to like maybe 40 chickens and 15 ducks. Oddly enough, he hasn't bothered any of the ducks. It's all been the chickens. which leads me to believe that the frantic flight or movement is what causes him to attack. The ducks don't care. Heck, the ducks would probably attack him. But still, it's sad and it's a waste. And ultimately, it's my fault because I am the steward of my land and my property, and I have not taken care of it the way it should be. I mean, ultimately, it rests on you or me. More to come, guys. So, what do you do? What do you do when your dog kills your chickens? Well, obviously, I'm going to separate them for a while, which I have. And we're going to have us a little cool down period. No, I'm not beating the shit out of the dog. No, and we're not going to do that. Because 5 or 6 minutes after everything's done, he has no clue what you're punishing him for. So there is no use to that other than just being an asshole. And like I said, if you just want to beat the shit out of a dog, don't watch my channel. We're going to retrain him slowly, but probably he's just going to hang out away from the chickens. We'll have to put in some plans to make sure that they are okay as far as predators. But the way it is, I am sad for the loss on several levels. You know, there is one where just the loss of a life. It's waste is one way you could call it, and then the other is monetary. But you know, I can handle monetary. I don't like waste. So we'll see what we can do. Everything will still be okay. I buried him, and I know it might be a buddy of mine's going by on a semi. It might be silly, but I tell all of the stuff that comes onto the property, if something happens, I'll bury you here. So I buried him in the fruit trees, so there'll always be a part and a piece of it. Can't do no more than that. Heck, that's about all I want for me too. But like I said, it's not really a fun video, but just kind of sad. Anyway, guys, in just a second you're gonna see a picture of my ugly mug pop up over here, as well as my beautiful wife on the opposite side. It's gonna be some videos if we are indeed your brand of wacky. I really appreciate all you watching. Everything, all the views and everything are really going up. We may start doing a live video feed in the middle of the week as well, because people really are excited about it and they are asking for it. So we may do that. Anyway, guys, Hooch is home. I gotta help her bring in groceries. Take care of your people, guys.